Well, hello there, and this is Auntie. And I am here to do an episode of Say It Isn't So, Auntie. Say It Isn't So. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. Of course, I was, traveling in those internet streets, and I found an article on theblast.com where it says that Brittany is ripping into all Americans, indicating that they are severely uneducated and ignorant. Say it isn't so, Auntie. Say it isn't so. So I'm going to put my glasses on and we're going to read this article, and then after that I am going to unpack it. Let's go. 90 Day Fiancé, the Other Way star Brittany rips Americans for being severely uneducated. And she says that we're closed-minded. The reality star wrote a lengthy statement on Instagram for all the haters who criticized her moving to Jordan to be with her fiancé, Yazin. Brittany wrote, "Let's talk about the loud and wrong crew. The ones who told me to do research they haven't done themselves. So after traveling extensively, I found out Americans are severely uneducated. We are 37th in the world for math and science, which means a lot of us aren't doing research." What the? She continued, end quote, "We just think intelligence comes with citizenship, or we repeat what we watch on TV and assume those we watch have done the research for us. And usually they haven't and are saying what fits their agenda, continuously making gross general assumptions that threaten and violate people's individual integrity. Only 42% of Americans have a passport, far behind other modernized countries." Brittany ended with, quote, "Clearly Americans need to travel more or see more people's experiences traveling. Surprise, I didn't do the show for clout. I did it because some Americans need to watch 90 Day Fiancé and get educated. Plus, this is a time of inclusion. TLC has been ahead of the ball in having POC represented in their network. If you don't believe out of trillions of people, I can't believe I have to put in parentheses that I said trillions to sarcastically exaggerate for the idiots who will point this out for virtual cookies." Now, did you see that I had to slow down and read like I had dyslexia? Did you see that I had to slow down and read this like I was a 3-year-old? If you're so intelligent, and this is something that you are quoting, because I'm quoting directly from your Instagram post, that it should not have taken me to read like I'm blind as a bat, okay, to understand what you were saying. And I still can't comprehend what you said. So I'm going to go ahead and read it back, Brittany, because you're so intelligent that I should have picked that up the first time. So let's go back. Quote, "Clearly, Americans need to travel more or see more peoples." Now, more when peoples go together, but okay. "Experience traveling. More peoples. Experiences traveling." Brittany. Say it isn't so, Brittany. Say it isn't so. I believe that there's another way that you could have written that. Brittany, clearly Americans need to travel more. How about that? Instead of need to travel more to see more people's experiences traveling. How about seeing their traveling experiences? But okay. Surprise. She has 2 periods. She has a period, then a space, then a period, then a space, then surprise. I didn't do the show for clout. I did it, and that should have been comma, I didn't do the show for clout. It should not have been a period. It should have been, comma. I did it because some Americans need to watch 90 Day Fiance and get educated. 90 Day Fiance isn't educating us on a goddamn thing. Because this show is not geared towards discovering another country. These people, all we see is the mess and the fool-la-la and the foolery. We don't look at this to get educated. Girl, if you... She says, plus, this is a time for inclusion. TLC has been ahead of the ball. Ahead of the game? The ball is in the game. But okay. In having POC represented in their network. If you don't believe out of trillions of people in the world, someone like me and someone like Yazan would near hook up and clearly live in a box. Girl, are you serious? And you got the nerve to be talking about someone being ignorant? And you this and this is something that was written by a fifth that I am just beside myself. Auntie, keep reading. Get out more, try new, no punctuation. Get out more, comma, try new things. That's not there. That's what should have been there. We only have one life to live. How do you know what you like if you don't try it? Say what you want, but I go out in the field and do my research because I'm not scary. I got heart. Bitch, if you did not write this as if you are like, are you okay? Are you okay? This is remedial at best. Bitch, you're remedial. And you have the audacity to sit there and talk about somebody else when you wrote this as if you were in the 5th grade. Moreover, you didn't use any type of punctuation in this sufficient enough for the average American to be able to read it. And yet you want to talk about you did this for clout. You didn't do this for clout. You did this because you wanted to educate people when you absolutely need a speech pathologist. Girl, I can't. On this season, Brittany is engaged to 24-year-old Yazan, who she couldn't keep, who Brittany could not keep. During the first couple of episodes, the two got into a nasty fight over him demanding she adapt to his culture. She previously told him she did not want to convert to Islam despite his desire. Later, Yazan started arguing with Brittany after she hugged members of the production crew because she was ignorant and did not realize that that was not the customary way of addressing people in his country, the country that she is so wise about. Girl, if you don't sit your ass down, this is absolutely unbelievable that this girl would go out on Instagram and think that she could school anybody about anything. And allowed them to mic her up. He was infuriated more after finding alcohol in her carry bag. But see, since you wanted to teach us about the culture, and you indicate later on in a Instagram post that he drinks, and you are alleging that he has, I guess, substance abuse, you should have known in a culture that it was unacceptable for you to have that in your bag. That while it's not acceptable for you to drink it while you're in the country, in a regulated environment, you should have known that. Especially since you're so intelligent. And you're not of that, y'all, I am trying to keep it together. That's the end of the article. Brittany, let me talk to you, baby. Come close, okay? Come close. Are you okay? Are you Okay. Brittany. 90 Day Fiance is not geared towards educating us on anything but a whole bunch of drama, foo-la-la, and you, my dear, haven't educated us on anything. And you absolutely don't represent those that you say are ignorant, severely uneducated. When you don't have the ability to properly use and punctuate the King's language, I would think that you would be the last person to do a dissertation on Instagram about the ignorance of American people and about the school system, about anything that has anything to do with that, when you can't even, like seriously, like my mind is going all over the place because I've been telling myself that I was going to try to stop cursing as much, and all I can think to do is curse. Brittany, beloved, sit your ass down somewhere. This is absolutely, totally unacceptable, and it's embarrassing. To think that you are the person who's going to educate someone on something is absolutely ridiculous, because what you have, the example that you have set for young girls is to be deceitful. To be in a relationship with someone who is a devout Muslim, to disrespect his family, to deceive him into believing that there is an opportunity for you all to be married when you are already married and not divorced. That's what you're teaching these young girls. The young girls that you say, score low in math and in reading. Well, reading your life, they definitely are a failure. You couldn't even be honest with your father about what you were doing. You haven't been honest and walking in integrity. You have the audacity to talk about integrity, something you know nothing of. Because a woman of integrity would be honest about who she is. She would be confident in the skin that she's in. She wouldn't require all of that fake, phony stuff that you require in order to feel like you are beautiful. Beauty is skin deep. But education is just as deep. It's all what's inside. And so when you open up your mouth and prove to be an illiterate, okay, or a seemingly illiterate young woman who does not know how to use the King language properly, you shouldn't write anything else, dear. How about you use Jack ran up the hill? The snowball rolled down the hill. Santa Claus is coming to town. You need to write sentences like that. This is an utter embarrassment. And I am absolutely offended by your assertions and your assumptions, especially when you couldn't even articulate them in writing. Say it isn't so, Auntie. Say it isn't so.